By the mid-15th century, England was fractured. Decades of war with France had drained the treasury and weakened the crown. The economy faltered. The nobility, enriched by centuries of feudal power, grew restless. At the center of the storm stood a fragile king, Henry VI, gentle, pious, and utterly unfit to rule. It was under his reign that the Wars of the Roses began, a bitter dynastic struggle between two rival branches of the royal Plantagenet family. The House of Lancaster, symbolized by the red rose, and the House of York, represented by the white rose. The conflict's roots lay in deep political instability. Henry VI was often incapacitated by bouts of mental illness. His queen, Margaret of Anjou, took up the reins of power, but her leadership alienated many nobles. The Duke of York, Richard, believed his family had a stronger claim to the throne. In 1455, tensions exploded into violence at the First Battle of St. Albans. The Wars of the Roses had begun. What followed was nearly 3 decades of bloody civil war. England descended into chaos as noble families switched sides, towns were sacked, and battles raged across the countryside. The war wasn't constant. It flared and faded, but its effects were devastating. Richard, Duke of York, was killed in 1460, but his son Edward carried the Yorkist banner forward. In 1461, Edward defeated the Lancastrians at Towton, the bloodiest battle ever fought on English soil, and claimed the throne as Edward IV. The Yorkists were in power. For now. Edward IV's reign brought brief stability, but factionalism lingered. Key among the power players was Richard Neville, the Earl of Warwick, known as the Kingmaker. Once Edward's greatest ally, Warwick turned against him when he lost influence at court. In a stunning twist, Warwick restored Henry VI to the throne in 1470. But it didn't last. Edward returned the following year, defeated Warwick at the Battle of Barnet, and crushed the Lancastrians at Tewkesbury. Prince Edward, Henry's only heir, was killed, and the deposed king died in the Tower soon after, almost certainly murdered. Edward IV's restored rule was stronger, but short. When he died in 1483, his young son Edward V was named king. But the boy never ruled. His uncle Richard, Duke of Gloucester, seized power, declaring the prince illegitimate and taking the crown as Richard III.